Hey guys, welcome back to another TV show review, and today I want to talk about Stranger Things Season 3. Now, I am a huge fan of the Stranger Things series. I love Season 1. I love Season 2, not as much as Season 1, but still I love it, even though that one episode was kind of weird. Going into this third season, I had high expectation, obviously. After 2 years of waiting, I wanted something special. And, after finishing the finale of Season 3, I think this season might be my favorite. I can tell you guys this season has the best pacing. Like, this season moves so smoothly and so fast. I mean, nothing really happened in the first two episodes. They just kind of, get you to refamiliarize yourself with the setting and the characters, reintroduce yourself to Hawkins. And I think for really good reasons, because, some of these characters, the main kids, they're not kids anymore. They're not the Dustin and the Lucas and the Mike and the Will that you remember from, season 1 and 2. They've grown up. And, like, when you see, like, flashback to, previous seasons, you would realize, like, just how much, older they've got, And it's just, it's a bit jarring at first, It's a little weird. It's kind of like having kid, and then one day, you see them all grown up, and like, wow. Like, it's been some time, I'm not saying that I have kid, I don't, but that's kind of what it feels like. Once you got to that third episode, things just got dark. And that's where the pacing starts to kick in a little bit. And from that point on, it's just a nail-biting, edge-of-your-seat stuff. And I just had a blast. This should not come as a surprise, but the performances across the board is just absolutely phenomenal. Like, this show is really benefit from having actors who are, so good at what they do and was so perfectly casted that you just cannot see anyone else playing these roles. Like, these kids, like, there's a reason that when you see, these young actors, you call them that Stranger Things kid, or that kid from the show Stranger Things. Or when you see Hellboy, it's like, oh, that's the guy who played, Jim Hopper in Stranger Things. Millie Bobby Brown once again proves to the world that she is perhaps one of the most, if not the most talented young actor working in Hollywood today. She is just absolutely phenomenal in this season. There's a scene in the last episode. I don't want to get too much into the spoiler territory, but basically it's Eleven reading a letter. That's all I'm gonna say. But that scene broke my heart. That scene, like, I was watching that scene and I just, I lost it. I cried my eyes out. So well acted, so beautiful. But there's one performance that I want to point out right now that took me by surprise, and that is Dacre Montgomery. I think that's how you say his name. He played the Red Power Rangers in the Power Rangers movie. I thought he was really good in that movie. But this performance, he turned in a phenomenal performance in this season, and it made me mad. It made me mad that I did not see this coming. Okay, it made me mad that I did not see this coming, because they've already done it. They've done it before, with Steve in season 2. When we were first introduced to Steve, I'm like, man, this dude is an asshole. Like, I hope he dies. And then by the time we got to season 2, he became my favorite character. So it made me really angry that I did not see this coming, the way that they redeem Billy. Because, Billy, when he first came into the pictures, he was even more of an asshole, compared to Steve. Like, Steve was a bully, right? But Billy is just something else. Billy is just disgusting. A disgusting human being, okay? But the way that they wrote him in this season, and again, I don't want to get too much into spoiler here, but the way that they wrote him in this season, it just makes you think, like the Duffer Brothers, they're geniuses. Like, you have to be geniuses to redeem a character like Billy. Like, now that I think of Billy, I think of a really tragic character, instead of, of the asshole brother of Max, or the creepy, the disgusting guy, with the funny hair and whatnot. Right now I think of Billy. I think, oh my god, I just feel bad for that guy. I feel bad for him. Okay, I feel bad for Billy. That's just how good the writings are. Another aspect that kind of broke my heart a little bit, but in a kind of a, lighthearted, funny kind of way, is a Will. Okay, Will is the only one in the group that did not get a girlfriend. And you see Mike, dating Eleven. You see Lucas dating Max, and Dustin came back from camp claiming that he has a long distance relationship with this girl. And Will kind of reminded me of myself a little bit, like, how my friends, they were dating people, they was doing all these crazy shit, and I'm just like, guys, let's play D&D. You know what I mean? Like, I was Will, man. Like, in high school, I was Will, and seeing Will just trying to hold on to that innocent, that goofiness. And that kind of broke my heart a little bit. Like, Will just sitting there like, guys, can we just play D&D instead of, making out and, talking about girls and whatnot. And seeing Lucas and Mike being like, man, this shit's silly. And that just kind of broke my heart a little bit. The last two episodes, the only way I could describe it without getting into spoiler is, imagine Jurassic Park, The Thing, and Alien combined. Like, imagine these three having a kid, and that kid is the last two episodes of the season. And let me tell you something. This kid is beautiful. I love this kid so much. I do have a couple of nitpicks here and there. Nothing like too major. Nothing like that doesn't really take anything away from my enjoyment of the show. Just little things, little tiny things I noticed. And the first one being the action sequences. They are fantastic, don't get me wrong. Really exciting, really nail-biting, really sometimes even scary stuff, right? It is a horror show after all, But the one thing that I noticed is that every time there is an action scene, the light will start flickering, like in every single action scene. Sometimes it looks cool, so sometimes it adds to the suspense of the scene. But there were also times where I'm like, I just want to see what happens. I just want to see clearly what is going on the in the frame. And also another thing is that there's a scene in the last episode 8, that I thought was cute. That scene was really cute, but very unnecessary, and it was like one of those Marvel movie moments where there's like a really dramatic scenes, and then they just kind of cap it off with a joke. That's kind of what it felt like for me. That scene was cute, again, cute, funny, but unnecessary, and kind of messed with the pace of the episode a little bit. And one last nitpick is that this show felt like this is one of those shows where you could really use maybe 2 or 3 more episodes. Like, I could really use at least 2 more episodes, because it's way too damn short. And I know it sounds like a compliment, like, the show is just so short, and it left me wanting more. And yes, at the end of this season, I wanted more, but I just felt like there are certain plot points that was a bit underdeveloped. There's this I guess you could call it romance between this mom and Billy that didn't really go anywhere. Also, there's this like rivalry between Jim Hopper and this evil Russian dude that was basically Arnold in the Terminator, that I felt like was a bit underdeveloped. So just a few things here and there I feel like could use a little bit more time. But listen, guys, I would much rather have a show with 8 episodes when it could have been 10 over something, let's say 23 episodes when it could have been 2. Season 3 of Stranger Things is yet another fantastic installment in the show. It got great characters, a great story, really exciting stuff, and it makes you feel like a kid. Like, watching it, I felt like a little kid again. It just made me feel so happy. I love this season so much, and it might be my favorite season of Stranger Things, and I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. When you really think about it, this show is kind of like the perfect fan fiction. You know how, like, when you were a kid, you're a teenager, you kind of wish that there's like this monster, that wants something to like attack your town or your schools or your house, so that you and your friends and your family could be the heroes. This kind of felt like that, you know? It's so charming. It's so charming. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? You know when you were a kid and you kind of wanted to be, you know, the hero of your school and whatnot? I did. Hey guys, if you guys chance to binge season 3 of Stranger Things, let me know in the comment section how you feel about it. Do you like it? Do you not like it? If you enjoy my review, hit the like button and subscribe. You want to see more reviews like this. And with that being said, I'll see you soon.